Hey guys, you're watching Couch Surfing here with Mel and Matt. We've got very special guests with us here on the couch and the chair. It's the boys from Mona. Guys, how are you?
Good.
Yeah,
How you
yeah,
going?
how you going?
Yeah, thanks for being involved, thanks for coming along. So, let's talk about a bit of history about the band, how did this band all come together?
So Lona really started with myself and one of your previous guests, Matthew Hughes.
Yes.
So it kind of started with us. We used to play in a band called Liability, and then sort of when that, I guess, disbanded, there was basically a whole bunch of other songs that we'd written for that project, kind of left over that we kind of still wanted to use in some other ways. So Lona was kind of that project to sort of be able to use those songs that we'd written. And in the meantime, we're also doing another band called Colonel Slanders.
Yep. Cool band, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Think those
So yeah, we did that for a bit of fun with our mate Billy in the meantime, while we were sort of writing Lona stuff in the background, and we also have our own studio project, Trench.
Yep.
So yeah, just kind of always writing music, and guess like now it's just kind of where we've gotten Lona to a point where we're happy with it and we're ready to sort of show it to the world.
Right. So what are the main influences behind the band's sound? I see the single that you've released, it's got that new metal and metalcore sort of sound. It's still a little bit similar to a newer, but with your own sort of sludgy feel.
Yeah. So yeah, there is like a whole lot of like new metal and like you were saying, metalcore influence.
Yeah.
Because in our old band Liability, that was like really the sort of sound we had. But as we were writing new stuff for Lona, like Hughes and I, we were getting a lot into more like doom and sludge metal as well.
Yeah.
So like later on, like we've sort of incorporated more of those sorts of influences into some of our songwriting as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that single that we released, that's easily the most new metal song on the album.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag.
So room for a bit of a surprise with this album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about these guys here? The impact that these guys have made into the band.
So this is John, our drummer,
Yeah.
and Joel, our bass player. They both joined shortly after we finished recording the album.
Yep.
And they've sort of just, I guess, really completed the lineup and sort of like over the last few months we've been in the practice space getting tight with the songs that are on the album so we can play them live.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've just gotten really tight with it. John here is normally like more of like a thrash drummer, so he plays a bit faster, and we have a lot more slower sort of breakdowns, and he's adapted to sort of like the new sound like an absolute champion.
Cool.
And Joel here, he actually used to play bass for us in Colonel Slanders.
Yes.
Part-time.
Yeah, part-time. I could see him at like maybe 1 out of every 4 or 5 shows because he was always busy doing dad shit, which is funny because he's actually a dad now, but he wasn't in Colonel Slanders.
I'm actually done now. Yeah.
Times have changed.
Times have changed, yeah.
So what are the future plans for the rest of the year? I suppose you've got the album coming out, maybe dropping another single.
Yeah, we do have another single coming out. I won't give too much away, but probably within the next month or so, we'll see another song dropping, and keep an eye out for that because that's probably when we'll announce the release date of the album.
Yeah, cool. So if you haven't seen you guys live before, I know you guys haven't played many shows so far, but what can we expect from a typical sort of Lona show? Like, is there something that stands out more, or is it just chaos?
Well, we've only played one show so far.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a couple more sort of in talks and in the works and that. We recently announced as well that we'll be opening Feels Good Festival in Sydney, opening for a whole heap of bands, lots of sick bands from Australia like Gravemind, Universes, Above Below, and Volumes headlining.
It's going to be some good exposure for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as what to expect from a Lona show, just always expect us to bring like a heap of energy, always always sort of encouraging the crowd to get involved, have a mosh, have a headbang. If you know the words, come up, sing them with me.
Yep.
You know, I'm always happy to give out a good mic rather than that.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Now, is there any advice that you give out to aspiring musicians that want to start a band? You know, I guess as you, all three of you guys have got, you know, some background there with being in bands, but what would you give to kids out there that want to start a band?
Probably my biggest piece of advice for any aspiring musicians or anyone wanting to start a band is find people who you get along with.
Yeah.
If you want to start a band,
First and foremost.
yeah, like 100%. Because like at the end of the day, if you're wanting to start a band with people and you're not getting along with them, and like you're just kind of there with them to play music and like you just play your set and you just go your separate ways, what's really the point? Like you just kind of show up, do your thing, and just go your separate ways. It's a lot more fun when you know, you find a group of people that you actually get along with and you can hang out with like outside the band, you know.
Sure.
Like, and when you've got that sort of like friendship and that connection going, like it makes it a lot easier to collaborate as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of bands where, you know, you just kind of phone it in if you're not really getting along with the guys. So it just becomes more of a chore. You don't really enjoy the creative side of things. So I think it's really important for anyone who wants to start a band to just make sure you've got good company around you, because that lets that creativity kind of come out in a lot more positive ways.
100%.
When you're in a space where there's a lot of people that are trying to be creative and sort of put themselves out there into this thing, it's, you know, obviously there's going to be a bit of like overlapping or sort of stepping on toes every now and then, but it's just a matter of just finding the middle ground and just be more solution focused and
Absolutely.
just working towards what we can do.
Yeah. 100%. Now, people want to contact the band and find more about you guys. You're obviously on more than socials. Plug away.
so you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Loner-band if you're looking for us on Facebook, or if you're looking for us on Instagram, at Loner Sludge. And we've got our music out on pretty much all platforms. We'll be putting the album up on Bandcamp when it comes out.
Yep.
But until then, we're on Spotify, pretty much everything else, except for Apple Music at the moment, but we're working on that.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, look us up, send us a message, you know.
Cool. Excellent. Check out that, guys. Thanks, boys.